Hi, welcome to Gando Tech Learning Channel. So today we are here again with another super amazing video in terms of Kafka. So today we are going to basically provide you an Kafka introductions, and please bear with us and watch this video to the end. This video contains two sections, and we will go through them. So as you can see, these are our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram. You can go there, you can follow us in there. There are any news basically could be happened, and any update from us, you will see them there. And please subscribe to our channel, to YouTube channel, to get the notification in case of any new videos. So as part of this video, today we are going to cover this agenda. What is Kafka? Kafka usages, Kafka core APIs, what does Kafka guarantee, what could Kafka be, Kafka terminology, and what is Zookeeper. And in the second section of this video, we would have another amazing walkthrough, this time on Kafka, to see where to download the Kafka requirements and Kafka required configurations, how to start the Zookeeper, how to start the Apache Kafka, and potential issue you might be faced running Kafka, how to create a topic, how to publish a simple message to make sure your Kafka is working, how to make sure your message is delivered by using consumer. So in this video, we would show you how to install the Kafka and make the Kafka running up and running on your machine. And we do some sort of command prompt, basically simple test to show you, oh, your Kafka is working on your machine, so you are confident you have got Kafka on your machine. And then just basically to let you know, another video will basically come up shortly, which is going to create a proper Visual Studio C# solution, which contains publisher application and subscriber applications, and those applications basically going to use the Kafka as a basically a stream platform, and they are going to publish the messages into the Kafka, and the consumer application is going to consume that uh, messages which has been published. So on that video, you will clearly implement a C# applications which is interacting with the Kafka, which is so exciting. I'm so excited to basically upload that videos as well, and basically give you the hint how easily you could use Kafka in your architectures. So bear with us and basically continue this video. So what is Kafka? So actually Kafka is a event streaming platform. So it's basically is a Apache Kafka, which is the community, and this basically Kafka created and open sourced by LinkedIn. LinkedIn is in 2011. So initially, LinkedIn has created the Kafka for its internal purposes, which is basically running Kafka, running LinkedIn architecture against this basically platform. And then uh, um, initially introduced as a messaging queue. So it was the initial basically usage of the Kafka, but quickly this evolved to basically an event streaming platform. And obviously Kafka is based on actually an abstraction of a distributed commit logs, and that's really important. That's really important. It's capable to handle trillions of events a day, and the nature of the Kafka is real-time stream. So that's why in lots of applications which require to have real-time data streaming in there, and basically flying those basically data around quickly. So Kafka is going to be a best basically option for them. So Kafka usages. So as I said, the build is the building real-time streaming data pipelines that reliably get the data between the applications. So get the data between the applications. And the second basically usage is to basically it's like applications that transform or react to the streaming of the stream of data. So the first one is saying, okay, you have publisher and subscriber, you are interacting the messages in between. And in the second one is a stream of data, which is the applications are acting as a both side, picking the data from somewhere and dump it somewhere else, picking the data from somewhere and dump it somewhere else. So this is the whole usage of the Kafka. So the other thing which is very important is the Kafka Core API. So there are four major core APIs which is basically being used in Kafka. One is producer, the other one is consumer, the other one is streams, and the last one is connect. So the two first, producer and consumer, is the major and fundamental APIs which is doing the whole most of the job for you. So the producer is basically the application which is publishing a stream of records to one or more Kafka stream. This can be done in a round robin fashion for load balancing, or it can be basically done according to the some semantic partition functions. And the other basically API is a consumer, which is the application which going to basically subscribe to the Kafka stream and process the stream of records produced basically in them. So one of them is going to dump the data into the stream. The other one is going to pick and fetch the data or consume the data from the stream. The third basically core API is the streams. So the streams is saying, as I explained earlier, the applications are looking basically are going through the going to be a stream processor, which means consuming an input or consuming from one stream and then producing another basically to another stream. So it's they are in between of the streams and they are just picking from somewhere and publishing the data somewhere else. And the connect as a last API is build and run reusable producers or consumers that connect topics to existing application or data systems, like connecting to the databases as a persistent site. So what could Kafka be? So somehow I basically covered this part in my basically earlier explanations in this basically video, and I would say these three would be the three main basically acting from the Kafka to be like as a messaging system. So once you use the Kafka as a queue and you are using publishers and subscribers into that queue, it looks like you're using the Kafka as a messaging system. Or if you push the data into the Kafka and keep the data in Kafka and use the Kafka like a somewhere which basically like a persistent uh, uh, storage or something like this. We could call it anything where you put the data and keep it and then use it basically as you require. So in this case, you call the Kafka as a storage system. And the last one is as a stream processing. Like as I said, you are using the stream core API in the Kafka side. So in this basically architecture, you have got different streams. You are keep consuming from one stream and then um, produce it in somewhere else, and you are using the stream of data in between in there. So this is how basically the Kafka could be. So what does Kafka guarantee? So there are some stuff, some basically questions around, which is saying, okay, is that really basically safe to have your data always in place, and there is no case of failure, or I mean, losing the data in between once you are basically facing with any failure in your applications or basically as your system. So actually, Kafka is going to guarantee that. One of them is, as I said, Kafka is using the queue concept. So it's always appending the data at the end. So if producer send the data into the Kafka, the data will be sit inside the stream as it has been sent. So in any orders, your producer or publisher send the data to Kafka, it will sit in that order. So it guarantees that. And on the other hand, in any orders the data is in the Kafka, you will consume it. So if the data A is sit at the beginning of the Kafka and the data B is behind that, after that, so whenever you consume the Kafka stream, you will get first A and then B. So as you have the data in any order in your Kafka, you will consume it in the same order. And the other thing is, for in the case of any failures, so the thing is, in case of any failure, up to that failure, any data has been delivered into the Kafka, it will be safe. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about Kafka. So Kafka terminology, lovely. So I'm normally introducing this terminology slide in my videos to just basically get your head around about the keyboards and give you some sort of background about the keywords will be used a lot in our videos and in our basically usages. So uh, uh, I prefer to give you this basically background to once you face with them or once I call those basically keywords, you say, oh, okay, I know that, I know what's that, I know what's that. So we would have the same for Kafka as well. So in Kafka terminology, we have got cluster. Kafka is run as a cluster. That's it. So Kafka is run as a cluster. Topics. So the Kafka cluster stores a stream of records in category called topics. So uh, this is the whole thing. So whatever we store into the Kafka, it will be a sit in the topics. That's it. And each record consists of a key, value, and a timestamp. Simple. Partition. Each topic has got one or more partitions, and the records are going basically to sit there. So each topic has got some partitions, and it could be one or more. And the ideal way is normally they suggest to have more than one partition for sake of securities. So partition. The next one is offset. So the records in the partitions are each assigned a sequential ID number called offset. So offset is the unique number for each record which is used by consumers. So consumer care about the offset. Why? Because consumer is starting from beginning of the topic or partition and start consuming the records. And whenever you stop the consumer, you can give it, okay, start from this offset. Or whenever, for example, the consumer is going to consume the data from Kafka, it will keep the offset once it come back to Kafka and wanna pick another one, it's go to that offset. So that's the very important things to basically to make sure always the consumer is going to the right record and pick it. So it's automatically happening. So you don't need to do anything. It will be happen automatically. That's it. Right. Zookeeper. What is Zookeeper? So uh, as part of the Kafka architecture, uh, it's required to have something like an orchestration system or section which is going to manage the Kafka architecture uh, and looking at whatever is happening into the Kafka. So one of the tools which basically you could use is the Zookeeper. So definitely it's a must. As part of your once you're running the Kafka, you need a Zookeeper. So to do all these basically things for you, like um, um, when a new broker joined, a broker died, or a topic was removed, or a topic basically was added, or to basically to provide an in-sync view of the Kafka cluster configuration. So any configurations, any management inside the Kafka architecture will be monitored by the Zookeeper. So I just here provide some sort of slides and a screenshot to show you how the Kafka architecture looks like. So as you can see in here, we would have sort of basically Apache Kafka in the middle, which lots of applications or architectures are using this Kafka and interacting with this basically Apache Kafka. Like it could be used by the web applications, custom applications, any other microservices, monitoring systems or analytics. You have got the dashboard. You wanna use the real-time data as it coming into the Kafka and then just display your dashboard or monitoring whatever is happening in your systems. And it's showing some of the basically application, the famous applications, popular applications, which are or companies which are using the Kafka as part of their architecture, or using NoSQL databases or caches, which is basically interacting with the Kafka. And in this slide, so as you can see, this is sort of basically how Kafka clusters and the publisher and subscriber looks like. So as part of the Kafka clusters, you could have, for example, one or more servers. Each server has got a few publishers or one publishers, and they are publishing the data into the Kafka. And on the other hand, you would have multiple groups of the consumers, one or more single consumer or multiple consumers, which is looking or listening to that Kafka stream. And whenever something is in there, it just basically they just consume it and use it wherever they want it. And as part of the anatomy of the topic, so as I said, in each topic you could have one or more than one partitions, and those partitions will keep the data. And it's very important to say, if you have more than one partition and you could manage it to say, okay, this record should go to this partition or that partition. So there is a partition key property as part of your basically topic, which you can specify the partition you want this data goes there. That's it. So specify the partition key and then bingo, the value would be there. And as you can see, again, queuing system. So data at the beginning would be elder than the new ones. That's it. So always publisher or producer is appending the data, adding to the end. And if you want to say how basically the producers and consumers are look like once they are using the Kafka, so as you can see, the data are in this order in the topic or partition, and then producers always adding to the end, but the consumers are starting from beginning, and then they just keep looking to the offset they have to go and pick. So if you have multiple consumers, they could be in any offset. So there isn't, you can't say, okay, they could start from beginning always, but they could look into different offset once they are fetching or consuming the data. All awesome. So please bear with us. We are going to start the second basically step of or stage of this video, which is the most exciting part, and to show you how to uh, download the Kafka, prepare the Kafka, and install the Kafka on your machine and make it basically up and running for your basically implementation purposes. So please bear with us to start this exciting part as well. Right, so um, now what we're gonna do is firstly to see how to download the Kafka requirements. So the good thing is Kafka package which you are downloading is bringing the basically all the requirement in one package for you. So you just need to download that and then unzip it and run some configurations, and bingo, that's it. Just go and run the applications for you. So this is the URL which you need to go there and download the Kafka for yourself. And as you can see different versions of the Kafka. You can go and download them as you wish. So it's absolutely up to you. You can download the source of the Kafka, or you can download the binary files. So this is absolutely up to you which one basically you wanna download. And as part of these basically packages, you can see it's gonna be include all the requirement things, which is most important thing is your Zookeeper, as we discussed. This is the must for you. So you just need to download basically this file and then unzip it. So if you click on this link, it will take you here. You can just go there and click and download the file. So I already downloaded the file for myself, and so the only thing I need to do is to I just basically put my stuff here. Um, mm, sorry, put my stuff in a Kafka folder, here. So what you need to do, you just need to basically unzip your folder and then bring it wherever basically is convenient for you and name it. And as part of this folder, you would have a bin folder. I'm just going through them to show you. And in this bin folder, you would have some shell scripts, batch files. And if you want to use your Kafka or run your Kafka on the Windows, there is a specific Windows file which have got the batch file, Windows batch files. So each of these commands are doing separate basically job for you. And today we're gonna start with some of them and show you how they are going to work. If we jump out of the bin folder, we would have another folder which is config, which is very important. So as part of this folder, there are two files which you need to basically to run some minor configurations. It's just a case of specifying where to put the logs, because once you run the Kafka, it will log everything for you. So it's really important to keep the logs, and whenever something goes wrong, just go and look into to those log files and make sure basically to investigate and find out the issue. So you would have these two log files which require to be uh, have some minor changes. So let's go to the server. You just need to open it, and You just need to open it and see basically how what you have here. I'm gonna open it in my notepad. Where is my notepad? Okay, I'm gonna open it here. Right. Awesome. So just search for log.dir directories. So you just need to basically specify your own folder here. Is by default is just slash tmp slash log whatever. Just put the appropriate basically path and just save it. That's it. Simple as that. And then zookeeper property, the same. So it's going to be exactly the same as the other one, the data directory. So you need to keep the data directory, the data in terms of the zookeeper somewhere. So you just need to specify your folder, your pattern, and save it. That's it. Simple as that. The- And so the next step now, so you have got the config file set ready. You have got the zookeeper here, and you have got your bin folder. Now um, it's time to start running the zookeeper and then your Kafka. So first you need to run the zookeeper and then run the Kafka. So to achieve that, I just you just need to go to your folder. You can put basically this folder in your environment variable as well to make it much more basically easier. Sorry, and run the CMD here. So you would have the uh, folder and the command prompt here. Just to give you a hint, if you go to the Windows file to run your to run your application, what you need to do, you need to run the Zookeeper um, server start. So bingo, that's the file you need to run it. And it's very important uh, alongside the Zookeeper server start and Kafka server start. If you remember, we had config files as well. So if you go there, config, so you need to inject these two properties as part of the parameters inside your um, Kafka start and Zookeeper start. So the Zookeeper start will be started by that zookeeper.properties to just pick the properties and do the job for you. So bear in your mind, you have to use like that. So what I'm gonna do, I've just provided proper properties here, and you just need to basically run it. So I'm going to run the Zookeeper, and bingo, the Zookeeper now is running, and the port which is listening to is 2181. So I'm gonna put this somewhere here. Now I'm gonna run the Kafka. So I just minimize this one. So what I'm gonna do, I have to create another CMD file, another CMD file, and go back here to CMD. So I've got my second CMD, and I'm going to run my Kafka in there. So put the command here. As you see, is Kafka server start.bat, and then put the server properties parameter and run it. So, wow, amazing, lovely. So as you can see, the Kafka is up and running now. So now I've got Kafka on my machine up and running. Wow. So I can just now use my Kafka. If you have any application which is using your Kafka, you can just configure it and use it. So there is a parenthesis here. I just wanted to note something before going to the next stage. And sometimes once you try to run the Kafka server start, it will be crashed. It will be crashed, and let me show you how it looks like once it's crashed. So I'm gonna go back to my slides to show you something. So as you can see, sometimes once you try to run your basically Kafka on your basically machine, you will face with such a error, which is map failed. Map failed, and that's the exception which is happening. So in order to fix that, it's a common issue which could be happen on your machine. You just need to go to your Kafka server start bat, which was exactly that batch file which we run it earlier, and at the moment is working. And look for the Kafka heap OPTS. So there are two of them. One of them, it could be happen once your operating system is against the 32 bit, and the other one is for 64. So what you need to do, you need to basically change these memory sizes for both of them to the half. So, and then just save it. So as soon as you do that, you will see, and you just retry the Kafka server start bat, and you will see the issue will be resolved for you. So this is the basically the simple thing you just need to do and just sort it out for yourself. So if you faced it, just do it. Awesome. So now what I'm gonna do now for basically starting our testing, I'm going to create a topic for myself. So before basically testing your Kafka or using your Kafka, you must have a topic because you have to dump your messages or data in there, records in there. So it should be somewhere to be able to store the data in there. So I'm going to create another command prompt, and just put my command in there. So I'm using the Kafka topics.bat, and I'm going to create basically I'm going to use this command with create parameter, which saying okay, I'm going to create a topic. My management is going to be Zookeeper. I'm running against this basically port of the Zookeeper, and the replication factor is going to be a 1. I'm using one partition, and my topic name is, let's say, test topic 1, and just enter it. So if everything goes well, it will just basically say, okay, the topic has been created. At the moment, as you can see, my topic is already there, so I'm going to create another topic. So you can create a topic as much as you want with any name or any number of the partitions. So it just give you create a topic is test topic 3. So that's the way basically you have created. So as you can see, I have got 3 topics now. So to see those topics, you just need to use this command. Again, Kafka topics.bat, but this time I'm going to say, okay, give me the list of the topics against the Zookeeper against this port, and just run it. Wow, bingo. So as you can see, I've got 3 topics, which is the test topic 1, 2, and 3. So this is the way you can create a topic and also seeing the list of the topics you already created. Now I'm going to basically to the last stage, which is running two simple publisher and subscriber. I'm just going to publish something in my Kafka and then subscribe it to say, oh, okay, I've just done the end-to-end test and my Kafka stream is working. So in order to do that, you just need to uh, use this command. As you can see, we have got the Kafka console producer bat. So just to give you a hint, don't be basically scared. These are the commands which is already in this pod. So everything you are using is there. So if I want to show you, that's the Kafka console producer. And this is my, I think you already found it sooner than me. And Kafka producer. Oh, silly me. I'm trying to find it. So that's the, yes, Kafka console producer, Kafka console consumer. Yes. So as you can see, it's already there and you can just easily use them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to produce basically some messages in my broker list and it's connected to this port, which is 1992 by default. And I'm going to connect to this topic and publish some data into this topic. I'm going to use the second one and just waiting. Oh, see, nice. As you can see, my once I can see this prompt here, it means, okay, now you are connected to the topic and you can just add your messages in there. So I'm going to use test 1, test 2, test 3, as much as you want. So now I see, oh, okay, it seems to be working. I've got some messages. I push them to the Kafka, to my topic, which is test topic 2, and seems it's working. It doesn't have any error, issue, or something like this. It seems working. So, but I wanna see that. I want to visualize that. I want to make sure, oh, okay, whatever I published at the moment, now I can see it. It's consumed. So in order to do that, again, go back to your Windows, to your Kafka pod, and create another CMD. Just minimize this one and put it here. And now I'm going to run another consumer here. Paste my command. So Kafka console consumer bad. The bootstrap is basically the bootstrap server is my local host 1992, which is the same as what I've used for the producer. I'm connecting to my topic, which is topic 2, and I'm going to start from beginning. So now I'm just running this command. Wow, wow, amazing. So as you can see, my consumer is working and it's a lovely amazing news. Why? Because I can see my Kafka is really up and running. So to make sure real time is working, I just put another message. Ding ding. That's it. Simple as that. So whatever I publish here, I consume it there. So let's put another uh, consumer. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. I'm just going to put one more consumer here and put my command here and say, okay, number 2 is connected to number 2. And let's see what's going on. Wow. So as you can see, this is proving that whatever you consumer you have, all of them are going to consume your data from same thing. But as you remember, we were in a part of our slide, we were saying, okay, if you have multiple consumers, they could use the separate offsets. If you remember, this basically consumer was in the offset of test 5, and this one was offset of 1. And once you basically run the second consumer, it was staying in the same place, but it was starting from beginning. And once you add one test 6, it was basically both of them, because at the end they were in the same offset. So they just increasing the offset in the same time. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create another publisher to just see uh, what will be happen if I have two publishers, which is publishing into the same topic. So I'm going to put this one here, same topic and same port. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to put number 7. Wow, amazing, amazing. So as you can see, so you can publish from uh, different publisher and just use. And as you can see, our consumers, as far as they are listening to the same topic, all of them listening to the same topic or publishing to the same topic, you will get the same result from your consumers. So for instance, if you connect for example, if let's say these two connected to the topic 2 and these two connect to the topic 3, whenever I publish in this basically publisher, this consumer will see the result, but not this one, because they are consuming from different Kafka topics. So that's why they will basically consume different things. But at the moment, we have got two publishers and two consumers. So anything coming from these publishers, as long as they are going to the same topic, the consumers will consume the same thing. Simple as that. So yeah, uh, um, um, uh, as you see, so this as part of this video, we have done introduction for you guys to basically see what is Kafka and what sort of things is basically doing. And in the second basically part of the video, we showed you how to prepare the Kafka on your machine. So now at the end of this video, you must be able to easily basically bring the Kafka on your machine up and running and ready to be basically used as part of your architecture. So as I basically announced earlier at the beginning of this video, shortly we would basically provide you a second part of the Kafka, which is going through the Visual Studio C Sharp applications, which is going to implement clearly one publisher and one subscribers, which are listening and publishing to the same topics and using the Kafka, and you can easily basically manage it via your applications and creating a simple architecture of publisher, subscriber, and just sending different sort of messages, doing some management in there. So it's going to be a very exciting part. And by end of that video, you can easily create and start creating your own architectures and use it wherever you want in any part of business or commercial applications, which is basically required to have the Kafka as a real-time streaming platform for you. So definitely subscribe to our channel to get the notification in terms of any basically additional or changes in our YouTube channel. So thank you very much for supporting us. Our basically followers and subscribers are really valuable for us, and thank you very much and appreciate it. Your basically uh, for your feedbacks. We are receiving a lot of feedbacks from you guys, and it's really motivate us to go further, basically creating more videos. Thank you very much for your time. Uh, Hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.